Hey, Samara. Hey, Spirit. Ah, hey, Fluffy. Hey, Mariana. I hope. Ah, I'm so happy, guys. Yesterday, I watched because there was a very kind DOB that actually shared a link, and actually they posted on YouTube as well. The boys uh, concert, all all the 11 members, Eric included. Hi, Parvati. So I was so happy, so happy. I think that I replay those videos and those performances all day long because I also had to get ready. Thank you, thank you, Mariana. I actually attended a wedding yesterday, my cousin's wedding, so I had to get something on my hair, and the stylist did a sort of waves. So yeah, now they're all fall apart, but they were. So yeah, but while I was getting ready, I was watching the concert. So, oh yes, it was so touching, Fluffy. I was so, I think that I went through a roller coaster of emotions between, oh, thank you, Mariana. I went through a roller coaster of emotions, an upside down of emotions, because you had, um, you had moments where you were like amazed by the performances because of how good it was, but then there was the moving part where some members like would speak and they would cry a bit, get emotional, and you would get emotional. So and then again, like going back to the performances and the audience, the interaction with the audience, it was amazing. I love it. I was so happy. And while I was watching it, I remember bits of the reading that I did for the voice actually a few months ago before Eric came back. And I remember that they got an Ace of Cups. So it was going to be like definitely a very emotional, brand new beginning, for them. So I'm happy that the cards were very positive and that actually I was able to transmit that message that I saw back then, because actually, as I've been ranting for a while during my lives, that I was very concerned about Eric coming back. Like I was worried actually. I was like, why we are not getting any updates? What's going on? Like something felt weird for me. So now that he's back, and now that he's telling the fans that he's not going to leave again, it's very emotional. It's very emotional. It's beautiful. I'm thankful. But yeah, these were very stressful moments for us as a fandom. I cannot imagine the people involved, in the sense of the members that had to keep working, because they definitely did work a lot this year. Like, my God, like, I'm so glad that they are touring, and I know that they have to take the possibility and do it. But wow, these guys did really work. They had the comebacks, they had events, they had the concerts, they had concerts online. So the fan signs, a lot, a lot. So we cannot, like, we should also be thankful to the 10 members that work really hard during these months while Eric was gone. Like, because I know that probably there were a lot of them that were like injured, exhausted, tired, I don't know, with some kind of pain, but they fulfilled their roles to the fullest. And I think that that's very admiring. That's very, but there's no need for an idol to say, like, yeah, hello, like, I actually, like, I don't know, I have a headache, or I don't know, one part of my body hurts, because they are human. So uh, I'm sure they go through moments of feeling sick and tired and ill, but they just cannot, like, say it, because it's like I always mention, there are some things that we are not supposed to know about them, especially their physical condition and stuff. So when we see them smile, we assume that everything is okay, but we don't know what's going on inside their bodies, their minds, and of course that we wish for the best for them. They are going to have some time off now. No, if they have some schedule, I'm not aware. I don't know. I heard some Diobis that were actually complaining, because I don't know if they had like another schedule after yesterday's concert. Some Diobis were complaining about that. About that, like, come on, give them a break. I don't know. I think that now that Eric is back, probably we will have a comeback soon, with him included. Mm. But they weren't invited to the Mamas, which this is one of the reasons why I didn't watch the Mamas. I only watched a few TikToks of hobbies, of J-Hop performance, of Stray Kids and BBs, and that's it. Because, like, I cannot believe that they didn't invite The Voice, they didn't invite 17, they didn't invite 80s. I know that probably these groups have their schedules and stuff, but I just think that there was something missing in the list of people that they invited, and I don't know. Yes. Oh, okay. I just know they are preparing for an album sometimes in 2023, but since no date is announced, I'm assuming they're going to. Yeah, but I'm sure they're going to have a sort of like reality show, like, not reality show, but those sort of variety shows that they have, where they record themselves. Oh yes, Kara's comeback. Yes, it was beautiful. Yes, no ideas, no the boys. Uh, yes, the boys would have been amazing. The stage was big. Yes. Yeah, Monster X as well. Like, where are they? Like, come on, where are they? Like, I don't know why I expected, and this is not like to diminish the value of the groups that did attend, but didn't you have a, like, definitely I think that in this awards ceremony we could tell that This year was the girl group's year, the girls group year, because there was a lot of girl groups in there, a lot of girl groups, a lot of girl groups. The female energy could be seen in there. Yes, yes, I agree, Spirit. I think that they lost something. They lost something. I think that they also lost, like, importance. Because I don't know why I felt like they were giving awards on everyone. Like, uh, like it's sort of a thank you for coming award, and it's like, I don't know. Especially since when they made the artists sit in the parking lots. Oh, remember that? What stone is that? Oh, you mean this one? Oh, this is obsidian. Obsidian, I think is. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly in English, but it's obsidian. Yeah, it's big. I love it. I never had like a black ring. I'm not into. I don't like. Yes, I don't. I actually like to. I have an issue with dark crystals. Like tourmaline and obsidian. They get me really down. Like energetically. Like. I feel very down whenever I wear something like these kinds of. But I don't know. I wear it every once in a while when I feel a bit exhausted. I take it off. But yeah, I'm a more crystal course, rose quartz kind of girl. Mama, a lot of K-pop stars lost their minds because in their minds, most acts are somehow unsuccessful but enjoyed. I had an obsidian pendant, but it broke twice, so maybe it isn't for me. I love dark crystals. No, I mean that's a sign that it fulfilled its purpose. So if it breaks or you lose it, yes, probably it absorb whatever it sort of protect you, because I know that these crystals are for protection as well, but they also do a sort of purge of whatever you have inside. So maybe that's the reason why I get so depressed when I have a tourmaline on, when I have an obsidian on. I get very heavy, like pessimist, like that's why I try to avoid dark colors and stuff. Um, and but yes, if it breaks, then just yes, move on. Because I had something like that happen to me. Actually, it was with a crystal quartz that had like very tiny pieces of tourmaline on it, and I love it because it was in a heart shape. uh, and I remember that I lost it, and I was like, oh no, but I remember that I made a lot of progress while I was wearing that stone. So I was like, somehow thinking that it had to do with that stone. So I was like, I'm going to purchase it again. And I did purchase it again. And it didn't um like I think that it didn't work, like this is why I think that maybe when we have that experience, when we lose a crystal or when it breaks, that we have that instant need to somehow replace it, to buy a new one or to get a new one. And maybe like you said, maybe the crystal is like, I done my part, like choose something else, I don't know. And that's not to say that you can never use it again, just that maybe for that period in your life you need another crystal, because they already done their work, that's why it's missing or it's broken. Parvati, that was my first mama. You know why did my favorite group had to have a beef with Abnet? Hmm. Julia was really funny that day, though, especially the parking lot jokes. I used to have a black tourmaline bracelet. Oh, yeah, and I feel that probably it also has to do with how you wear it. It's, for me, it's not the same like having a necklace, because it's close to your heart chakra. It's not the same to have it like on your hand, or on your wrist. It's not the same uses. For example, if I know that for example, I don't know, in tourmaline, black tourmaline, I feel very heavy when I wear it as a necklace. So I try to use it, I don't know, or have it that stone on my purse, wherever I go, or on a pocket, but not directly on my skin, because it makes me feel a bit down emotionally. Um, in my early 20s, I tried to wear opals. Oh, but they always disappear. Yes, they do that. I actually never believed in that until this necklace was missing from me, and I swear that I do not remember, not even the last time that I wore it. But yes, they do that. They do that. Yeah, I like tiger's eyes as well. Tiger's eyes, I use it for courage, especially when I have to, I don't know, start over, or um, like for example, I don't know, start over a business, or to get customers, to talk to customers, and I feel a bit like overwhelmed because it's my first time, or I don't know how to initiate things. I always wear like tiger's eyes. Mm. Yes, you never recall how you missed them, how you lost them. People are talking about an announcement of the Super N comeback, with Taemin will be preparing for both a shiny and solo comeback after the military, along with Baekhyun's return to EXO. Guys, about Taemin's coming back from the military, I was really excited because I thought that November the 30th it was going to be his last day, but so I read somewhere that they added like 100 uh, days more. Like when are we going to see him next year, or March? Oh yeah, they are red as well. Multiple NCT subunits, NCT Singapore, Saudi Arabia, etc. Yeah, I saw that announcement. I wish they do an EXO comeback first, and or Kai for album before he goes to the military. Yeah, he will miss Kai. I read that he will come back on March. Oh, and so it's Baekhyun, right? Or Baekhyun does leave earlier? Ah, back in Kpop in February. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yes, Wonho as well on this team. Hmm. Yeah, I have to do a reading on him. When tomorrow? Oh, well then I will pull two cards for him because once he's in, I cannot pull cards for him. Oh yes, I have to do his reading. I was planning to do it tomorrow. Actually, I was tempted to do it last week, but I was like, no, there's so many readings. Like, I need to stop. Then I post very often, and then the algorithm doesn't help me with that. Really? He's on Tinder? Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, oh. Mm. But well, see, guys, it wasn't that bad. See how time flies. Like at the beginning, we are very like anticipating everything, and we're like, oh no, he's going to be gone for so long, and we're going to miss him and everything. But then eventually, time passes. When you were talking about Eric, I couldn't help but remember what Wonho said in his concert yesterday. He said he feels sorry he only keeps disappearing from fans. Oh, yes, it doesn't feel that long, Fluffy. Mm-hmm. It's just that I think that it's better for them to get it over with. Like, for me, it's like taking the band aid off, just right away. Don't think about it. Just let me know one day before that you're leaving, and that's it. Like, don't leave me hanging and thinking about when is it going to be the day, that maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. No, just go. Go and let me know that you're going and that you're going to come back soon, and promise me that you're going to come back safe, and that everything is going to be okay, and I will wait for you. But the constant agony of having to like build theories about when they're going to come back, where are they going, like how is it going to be, like it's too much. Like it's too much. I feel like it's too stressful for something that we know that is their duty, so we shouldn't take it so, like, as if he no, I don't know, as if they literally are going to battle. They are going to also fulfill that role, but let's remain positive. Like, let's not. The way K-pop fans treat Wonho is horrible. Oh, for example, Kai should be back in 18 months. But I'm happy he had a brand deal with the global brand right before service. Yes. I'm going to miss Kai big time. Yes, Kai is an artist that, at least in my case, it's like I'm used to having his music around, or seeing him, but those kinds of, since I'm not an EXO, but I do know the members, and I love them all. But when somehow you take them for granted, you're like, oh yes, he's going to release something soon. Oh yes, he released this, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, he's going to the military. Like, I think that the same happened to me with Taemin. that actually I was so used to listening to Taemin and knowing that he and Shiny are going to have a comeback, and that they, you somehow get really comfortable with the idea of them releasing their work. And even if they are in the dungeon, like you're like, okay, we are going to hear from them. But the military service is like somehow it frozen things. So yeah. After going through it once, I believe everything is fair in love, war, and when your idol enlistment. Well, Semi said goodbye to fans online, but people and the media showed up anyway. It must have been unsettling. Yes, yeah. I would be the kind of person that I would be like Jim. Don't go to say hi, to say goodbye to me because I'm going to get really upset. Like, but angry upset. Like, because like, please don't come. I hate goodbyes or I hate those. No, no. Yes. And Baekhyun as well. Baekhyun with his beautiful voice is missed definitely. I love Baekhyun's style of music. I love him. I'm sure with Temin back, Shiny will probably do something for anniversary. Yes, I hope so. Yes. Um, am I the only one? The other day I was talking to my Joey friend and I showed her because she's a Jujeon, she's a Jujeon bias. Jujeon is her bias. And you know that everyone is going crazy for this Korean um, soccer player, not Son, the other one, the one that got recently very famous, very very followed, very stalked on the internet. Um, and I was like, that guy looks like Jujon. Looks like the voice Jujon. Is the same expression, the same. No, he looks like the voice Jujon. You cannot like go now and Google a picture of Jujon and not a picture. Google a video of this guy like talking and like mimicking and you will notice in his facial expressions that is the same as the voice Jujon. It's the same guy. It's just that his face is like wider, but it's the same guy. Yes, he looks like Jujon. Even when he smiles, the I the gestures, it's as if he's him because it's not just the appearance, it's the gestures. There was a player who had a whole article about what idols look like him. Oh, a lot of fans were annoyed he looks a mix of Jujon and another idol. Oh yes, that yes. There's another one that I do not remember his name. I'm sorry. But I know that is the guy that did a performance with Jujon and Stray Kids Hyunjin. I think that they did a cover of TVSQ Mirotic, where they have these white suits on. Shiny comeback in 2023 was announced a while back. Oh. Jujun and Jaehyun, a fan was saying he already got into dating rumors. Oh yes, that I saw as well. Oh, his Aquarius sun, either Sag or Cap Moon. Yes, he does remind me. And actually, there's something. That's why I was thinking that it does make sense that We were talking about how because the boy Sturgeon is my birthday twin in a sense that his birthday is the same day as me. But you know that we were talking about Jujon being this kind of Capricorn that he is very simple. He's a very simple guy. He's very outgoing, but very chill. Of course, on stage he's really intimidating. But if you see him like off stage, he's a goofball. And I always and a bit clueless. Sometimes he looks like a bit distracted. So I'm like, this guy has a lot of influence of Aquarius. He's like the sort of Capricorn that is a mix of Aquarius, because he's always his mind is elsewhere, but it's hilarious. It's really cute, actually. It's very cute. Oh, also born in 1998, like Juju. Yes, that is the following. Yeah, actually, I mean, for me, it's the like I don't know much about South Korea soccer team. I know that Guy's son is very famous because he plays internationally and he does really well. But in my case, I don't consider him attractive. Actually, I haven't seen like a, a sports person, Korean sports person that I find attractive. But this guy he does have, I wouldn't say he's attractive, I would say he looks like an idol. So I think that probably people are fascinated by that because he resembles like an idol, even though he is in sports. Um, but like, yeah, he's hilariously clueless. He could be Aquarius rising. He was born in the morning, which is kinda vague. Yeah, but I was born in the morning as well, Fluffy. And I have a Capricorn rising. I mean, he has the potential of being either a Capricorn rising or a Sagittarius rising if he was earlier. But yes, those are the two risings possible. In my case, I was like the same because like I had to get mine rectificated because I actually do not have like a real birth time, because since I was when I was born, I was rushed to another hospital because I was born premature and I almost died and my mom almost died. So it's a bit confusing, even though the road a time on my birth certificate, it may not be the proper one. So yeah, we're going crazy over the one Uruguay footballer. Yes, also Julian is just a bean. I hope he gets scouted by any football club. Not to offend some, but the Chuchun look-alike is much harder in my opinion. Yes, Fluffy, I agree. I agree. For me, there's nothing in particular about Son. Like, we get it that in his field he's talented and we praise him for that. And I think that he is like a national treasure for them. Like they're really happy about him. They're proud of him. But when it comes to looks, I don't think that. I mean, to be honest, like I never got the appeal of soccer players. And I think that here in my country that everyone is going crazy over soccer. Um, there's always like some fangirls of soccer players. And for me, I always find soccer players to be a bit like that they do not have taste. I don't know why. I think that probably is because when fame hits them, they are like hired by a lot of brands, and they are everywhere, and they have a lot of people manipulating their image. So even though they are some ambassadors of great brands and stuff, it looks tacky sometimes. It looks tasteless. For example, when they used to get all these, the full arm full of tattoos, and when I remember David Beckham had this haircut, everyone would get the same haircut. Here in Argentina, like if a soccer player has a distinctive cut of hair, a color of hair, everyone does it. You see all the guys having that same haircut, that I find it so, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Hey Rim, who would have thought a sports person could have articles written about visuals? Only in Korea, of course. Yes, yes. They see a handsome person and they remove all the other abilities. They are going to emphasize how beautiful he is. I think it was a girl following Taemin getting close to him. Coffee capture scored him at one point. In the US, athletes' visuals are discussed way too much. Yeah, like, and they discuss it so much that they eventually forget what they are there for, that it's to win. Congress and Argentina moving to the quarterfinals. You guys must be going crazy celebrating. Yes, Rim, actually, yesterday I had my cousin's wedding. And I was getting ready, like I had to go to the hairdresser and to the girl that did my makeup, and it was at that time that that the match is going to be on TV, and there was no one on the streets. It was like a ghost town. No one was on the streets. So we hurry so I could get home, because my dad accompanied me, and he's such a football fan that he wanted to watch it. So I finished very fast, and we came home to watch. I actually don't watch the match because I get really anxious. I said this, but since here there's a lot of people that are really fanatic. Because of the shouting of my neighbors, I did like find out that we made a few scores and that we made it. So yeah, they were my, because I'm not interested in watching. Yes, but Capricorn and Aquarius are just next to one another. Same with Sag. Is he's born between 8 or 9, he's an Aquarius rising. The entire will is possible within the dependent. Yeah, but I think he is born around the same time span as me. That it's between 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. I think that's what they said, or he said. Korea better treat their female athletes better. The Archer girl deserve better. Yes, she is my age. I couldn't imagine being in her position. So much hate just because she's successful. Exactly. Exactly. If you see how they treat that poor girl, imagine the rest of the females. Agree, soccer players are really attractive to me, although I used to have a crush on Ronaldo. Well, but Ronaldo is someone that he does take care of his image. Besides, it seems like he enjoys to look good or to be luxurious, But there are some others that do not have they have a good PR team, but they are not that. I was born at noon and I'm an Aqua rising, so I remember that shit. Yeah, they were met. Korean GP went crazy over German goalkeeper and a former footballer. I guess Spain, I think so. All Latin America takes. Congratulations to Argentina. That is the reason why folks over here are bursting firecrackers. Oh yes, Parvati. Here, firecrackers. I actually was a bit afraid because of my cat. She was really, really nervous yesterday because they also work here with their firecrackers. They do that a lot. They do that a lot. Then eventually we start complaining that we do not have money to buy things or groceries, but they will buy firecrackers to go to, and people then afterwards they went to the capital. They went on the streets to celebrate. So the to get to the reservation that the place where my cousin was getting married, we had a lot of like traffic to get there. It was a chaos because, well, it's understandable because actually people are celebrating, so they have the whole right to celebrate. But I don't know. I just try not to get so excited about the World Cup because I had experienced that a few World Cups before, where we were this close to make it and we didn't make it. So I don't know. I don't know. I used to watch football all the time with friends. Now I'm around students in finance. Yeah, priorities. Okay, guys, I'm going to pull a few cards because I'm going to make this very brief. Today I'm going to make this live very brief, so I'm going to pull a few cards and then I'm going to go. But I'm glad we were able to catch up a bit and to talk about what's going on in the K-pop world. I don't know why I feel like we didn't discuss something, like there was something else that happened and that I'm forgetting now. Oh, really? It got delayed? Wow. Oh, yeah, Hyuna and Dawn. Yeah, Hyuna and Dawn. Exactly. That I remember. That I remember. And I also have to. Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me, actually. Now that you say it, it wouldn't surprise me to see that Wavy has some kind of. But you know what I feel? Actually, is that if they have some kind of, I don't know, I don't believe in those things, but if they had some kind of like bad luck done to them, I think that it comes from their motherland. That is not necessarily from Korean people. I think that it has to do with Chinese. I don't know, Chinese or the other regions, because I know that they are not all Chinese. I know that there are different regions. Uh, but mm, I sense like shamans or kind of spells that they do on that side of the country, like very specific of their culture. Yeah, every time I read the name Wavy, I get this feeling of like we are going to make it difficult for you to succeed. And it's a shame, but and I don't believe in these things, because I don't want to feed into negativity. I think that you can break out of this, but let's be honest, if there was some magic involved, probably it has to be fight back with magic as well, doing some cleansing, like doing some prayers, to somehow like be aware that something is blocking your way, because these guys started really well. I don't know what's going on in there. I don't know. And that's why I feel like I don't think that it has to do with the Korean people. I think that it's more about China. There's something there. There's something there very heavy, very ancestral kind of. But for them, it's really serious. The reason why they're blocking them is really serious. It's like a duty somehow. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Mino album digital. Oh, wow. I have to do a reading for Mino. Oh, yes, I have to do a reading. Yes, yes. There's something very, they feel it really personal, actually. They feel like a sort of betray, and I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yes. There's a lot of, that's one of I think that all the countries have history with strong feelings of, you know, but I think that there's something about China really feeling hurt for small details, being triggered or feeling threatened by everyone. It seems like the little thing you do differently, you are an enemy already. Like, in that sense of being very extreme about, like, okay, like, uh, bye, Spirit. Thank you for joining. So, there's something very, but that's why I feel like it's ancestral. It's something that comes from a lot of generations. It's like a very narrow-minded kind of like attitude towards something that you feel that is going to threaten your own status. Um, it is sort of like saying that everyone on is an outsider, is an enemy, something like that. Very very. But I think that every Asian country feels like that about the others. It's just that some of them probably are more diplomatic and somehow like they discuss it with nice words, nice actions, like going to a foreigner country and shaking hands and being all polite. But I think that they all hold a very strong grudge because of what happened in their lands a long time ago. There seems to be like a seed of a very strong hatred. I don't know. Yes. It's a huge country. Yes, it's like that's why I feel like when I say the name, it's like I feel like I can express it enough because there's a lot of things going on in there, and not everyone feels the same. Yes, I think that they are difficult. Yes, they are difficult. They are difficult to understand, and at the same time, they refuse to be understood. I mean, it's not that they do it like willingly. It's just that they are their environment like somehow raised them to have this attitude. China had a spy ships docked in Indian Ocean. Oh, phew. Lucky Choi planned to take raid in Ocean. December 8th. Who is Lucky Choice? Grand Peace Palace of Kyunghee University. Okay, guys, I'm going to pull a few cards. Who did I say that we should pull cards for? I think I say Wonho, right? I think I did say Wonho because he's enlisting very soon. Oh, Lucky Choice. Oh, Mino. Oh, I was like, why is Lucky Choice? Okay, guys, I'm going to pull a few cards for Wonho to see how he's going to do with this service. Okay, he got Four of Wands, Five of Swords, and Ten of Cups in reverse. Um, yeah, I think that it's actually his. This is. I think that for him is um he tries to stay optimistic about it, but at the same time, does anyone know if he is like a sort of home person, if he is like a homebody? Um, because it feels like there's something with him not finding emotional support in there, like of course that it's not going to be emotionally supportive to go there. I mean, they go to actually like do their duty, so everything is very cold, it's very formal. This is why he has the Five of Swords in here, because it seems like it's a very competitive environment where, yes, there could be people actually, like, it's not about mistreatment, but it's about the way they say things. I think that it's an environment where people are very, or maybe people that are in power or that are in charge of you, somehow they feel entitled to say a few things and to be really mean when it comes to very harsh when it comes to communication. So definitely he will feel like the need to fight back with sort of comments, like, and losing patience a bit, like being on the defensive. Actually, he will realize very soon that that place that he's going is not to make friends. And actually it's very like he's very unfortunate because he goes with the with high hopes. He goes with a good mood to somehow be like, okay, I'm willing to work in a team or to help as I can. I like, please help me, like, really learn this quickly, or to do, or to be better. But there's going to be probably a lot of miscommunication, and there's a lot of envy, to be honest. That's what I feel like in his case. This is what his future energy is showing me, is that actually males are, that we always talk about females being very competitive towards other females and talking bad about other females. And I think that in this case, when it comes to the military, I think that probably there's a lot of men that do hate other men, especially men that they do not consider like men enough. Like somehow comparing your, I don't know, your lifestyle to the lifestyle. Of course, that if you are in the entertainment, you do not have the same lifestyle, because somehow you have to be taken care of, because you work with your image. So you have to build a sort of attractiveness. You do have to be charming. You do have to soften a few parts of yourself. So I think that they would probably mock a bit, the way he talks or the way he says things, but he will put them in their place, like, being very sharp also with words. He is actually, it's just that he's waiting. He's going to be very observant of how people function around him, like to sort of guess who is who. And then eventually he's going to pull out his swords and he's going to be like, okay, now I'm going to tell you like what I think. And you are this and you are that, like, but he's going to come really friendly, like very like open arms, like, okay, I'm here with my best energy, like, okay, how do we do this? And then when he meets a few like resistances, or actually people being very I think there's envy. I definitely sense other men like looking at him and definitely envying him, feeling a very like negative, envious kind of energy, like, I don't like you because you're handsome, something like that, so um I don't know why I get that. Actually, the beautiful people also get harassed by others. That it's not just the physical weak or what they consider weak. When they consider you very beautiful, they also like sort of like, I don't want to say the word with the B because but I think that they sort of like also want to take you down, you know, want to make you feel less of what you are, you know, like yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's just that you have to have this. It's just that Mino has a moon in Capricorn. You know, he is, and also he's a Sagittarius, but he has this very good balance of fire and earth. So he is like, okay, I will put my passion in my body, and I will also put a very strong energetic boundary to let you know that I'm not here to make friends. That yes, I have to smile for the cameras, but once the cameras are off, you're going to see that actually I'm here to fulfill my role and nothing else. I'm not here to make friends. This is something that a lot of moon in Capricorn actually let you know. I actually had like co-workers that were moon in Capricorn, and they would surprise me that I'm a Capricorn with their statements about relationships in work. Like they are like, yeah, we can get along, but I'm not going to be friends with you. Like I'm not interested. I'm here to do what I have to do, and that's it. I'm not here to make friends. You know, they have this sort of like that boundary. Yes, let's be honest, because people consider beautiful humans as for women, it's because internally we think that pretty girls is she'll hog all the attention, especially from men, get more opportunities. Yes, the pretty privilege. Yeah, but for them it's more about, you know, you're not masculine enough. And that's it's like, oh, you are so pretty like a girl. You know, you're pretty like a girl, and I don't like you because it's like I said, Korean people don't look like that. Like you can you is yeah. Look, I haven't been to the country, but there's Korean communities here in my country, and I never met a guy that looks even close to an idol. And this is why there's a whole process of turning someone into an idol. It's not that. That's why I definitely have seen pictures of some idols actually from a very young age, even as babies. They look the same. They look the same. But if we think about the Korean race as the standard, um, they they look Korean. You know, it's not that you are like, oh, they look like a BTS member. No, no, no. Not even their body shape. This is why I think that probably in being an idol, there's a lot of like um reconstructions that they do on their bodies, their posture, the makeup, the color of the hair, the a lot of things that they do to their faces. So it's a lot of work. It's not that they woke up and just wore like this. You know, there's a lot of polishing, you know, in the making. Fluffy, are you still here? Because Fluffy is my only Joby fan. I have Sana as well, but she's not here. Well, it's like everywhere. The celebrities are more often pretty than not. But in Korea, beauty standards are very particular. Like having a small face. Yeah, like I never seen like a Korean person with a small face. They have mm, they have had, you know, normal faces, but they are not like thin. Like That must be all the diet that they do, this the exercise. I don't know, but am I the only one, since you are a jobby fellow here? I was looking at some pictures of Eric, especially the promotional ones. Don't you notice something different in Eric's face? I noticed something different on Eric's face. Shani, this is mean about a small face and large eyes. Yes. Yeah, him and Taeyong, both of them, since they were like really young, you can see in their childhood pictures that they have big eyes, big round eyes. So definitely, yes. Yes, Fluffy. I was thinking the same. I was like, what did they do with his nose? They touched his nose. I know it. I was telling to my Joey friend, I was like, they did his nose like Pinocchio, but the Pinocchio when he's not lying, the real Pinocchio, like not the liar Pinocchio, because it's the point they did it like this, like this that he had like this, they did it like this. Why do they do that? I don't understand that. Yeah, in the poster, of the Be on the Road, uh, it was very noticeable. I was like, what? That's Eric? I was like, because he does resemble a lot NCT Geno. He does look like Geno. But now that they touch a bit of his nose, I'm like, why do they give him that nose? Like, there's no need to do it. He had like sharp, like, why they do that? I don't know. Mm, totally agree with you. We do have people in my country who are mistaken by big Korean, as they do look naturally beautiful. Maybe he trimmed his face a bit, but the tip of his nose seems a bit more pointy or smaller. He still looks great, but it was unnecessary, exactly. In some angles, it's more noticeable. Yes, yes. Show business when it comes to filming is a different standard. Every time I see the young, he look like Jay. I mean, the company got what they wanted. Yes, Parvati. Yes, they have it safe. They once they don't have Jaehyun anymore, but they have Taeyong. They are lookalikes. Yes, definitely. Yeah, I don't get it either, and it's always the same shape they go for. Oh, I was so mad when they touched Jujon's nose. I loved Jujon's nose. Well, and this is, remember that Eric does look a bit like Hyunjae, but now everyone looks like Hyunjae. It's like Jujun, sometimes it depends on how you look at him, he does resembles Hyunjae. And now you have Eric that looks like a shorter version of Hyunjae. So I don't know why they do that. Like I understand. I mean, if you, for example, in my case, if I had to get a nose job, I always hated that I have huge, like, nose strings. I have huge. I would, for example, in my case, I would, like, make them smaller, like this, here. But I wouldn't touch the point of my nose. I wouldn't touch it because it changes the whole expression. Everyone is going to look the same. Yes, we're going to have four before it used to be the Bermuda line the of the visuals. Now it's going to be like the 11 Bermuda. Yeah, he's the second gen Jaehyun. I don't understand, but Jaehyun looks like male version of Ji. Yes. Oh, I grip for you, Jon Snow's. I wanted to cry. I think that one of the things that I first noticed about Joo sorry, Joo in that I was like, wow, that guy is so fearless. I love him. I love his nose, very, very lion-like. And now he just looks like an average model. And he looks, I guess they got what they wanted because he looks softer, like a puppy. But and the same with Eric, because if you notice, Eric also has a very masculine energy. Even his body language is very muscular. I'm sure you have seen his solo stage. Have you seen it, Fluffy? There's no way all that masculinity comes from a magnet. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, but I am fearful because every time I enjoy something, they make it differently. They do it. They try to make them go back to be more childish. When actually these guys, yes, they are maturing. They are not the same as when they debuted. Living in California, I often see celebrities. The beautiful ones in photos or on film TV often look a bit odd. They are striking at the distance, but up close some look too exaggerated, way thin. Yes, the same happened to me here in Argentina. Yes, the actresses I had met or I had encountered, they are extremely thin and too small in frame, and too like their faces are too like this, and they look very unhealthy, very unhealthy, and without makeup on. Oh my, you, my God, my God. SM prefers a certain type of visual, but they do have some unique ones like Hechan, Lucas, Joh. Yes. For me, Lucas is also a lookalike of Mino. They are very, very look very similar. For me, Karina and Winter are looking like Taeyeon. I cannot see that. Yeah. Yeah, but Parvati, there's something about, I don't know why, a girl's generation Taeyeon, like, I don't find her beautiful. Like, there's something about her nose. Like, there's something like, um I don't know if maybe because her face is too small that I see her as fragile. And actually, she does have a beautiful voice. Like, she can crack the earth. But I think that they she's so small. She's, I don't know if she's, is she tall, because she looks so petite for me. Like, she's going to break. I don't know why. I fear for her. And definitely from what you tell me, and all the, remember I did a tarot reading for her, and I know that she has an attitude, not an attitude, she has a strong character, she has a strong energy. So definitely she looks sweet and fragile, but she's not fragile at all. But for me, she's like this princess that I don't want to even look at. Karina looks too too looks scary to me, to be honest. I really don't get her visual. I find Nini much prettier. Yes, I like Nini. Yes. Winters. Yes, for me, Winter does look a bit more like Taeyong. I see it. Lucas and Mino could be cousins. Yes, yes, they could. Yes, because of the big eyes. Taeyeon is so pretty to me, but she's fragile. She's very small. Shortest. Oh, maybe that's best. That's. I find her like she is tiny. I don't know. That's why I asked her, because since they are all skinny. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, But I don't know why I always get that Taeyong is this small creature, like really tiny, like, but she's beautiful. She definitely is. And also, the most important thing of all is that she's talented. Because, in K-pop, there's a lot of pretty faces. But the ones that are, legends, her voice, it's amazing. Like, she is a queen, definitely. I find Karina stunning, especially with less heavy makeup. Yeah, maybe it's the makeup as well. The whitewashing. That's why. See, yes. I didn't even recognize Taeyeon as a blonde. I like her working with Key and the Shiny Boys duets with Taemin and Key. Oh, they are a great. They are like a great pair with Key. Her and 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 Key are amazing. Yeah, she has amazing vocals. Yes, that's why I'm amazed, because since she looks so tiny and, like I said, so fragile, she's amazing. Like, like, never mind. Critics say Jenny's face is round, and that's a bad thing. Yeah, I think that I find Jenny's face that it's a bit it's particular when you see her from the side, because from the front she looks, because she has like big eyes, like really beautiful. But then when they film her from this side, it looks like as she's a bit flat on the face. I don't know how to say, but it seems like she it's not that she has a round face, but since she's so skinny, it looks like it's wider. I don't know, compared to the normal V shapes that we always see. Oh, Jihyo, yes, twice Jihyo is beautiful. For me, she's gorgeous. Yes. Mm. Yes, she does look like a baby. Jenny is like the prettiest girl I ever seen, but she's at least considered a beauty in. Mm. Yes, Jenny is really beautiful. It's a beautiful female. She's a beautiful female. I think that she is the first one that she can pull off this sort of baby face, and at the same time she can look fierce. Jenny, without makeup on, she looks like a baby, like a very juvenile girl, cute, very very sweet. But if you put makeup on her, I mean, if you exaltate her features, her eyes, if you definitely play with makeup on her face, she looks like very like a different woman, like she has that potential, that somehow makeup can turn her into, oh, this sweet, you want to go sweet with her, sweet concept, girly concept, put her this. But if you want to turn her into this very fierce, like strong attitude, you can put a lot of a smoky eye on her and she will look amazing. Yes, she had the cat eye feature. Yes. Mm. Yes, I saw her pretty good pictures. Yeah, and she did have like a wider face. Yes. Karina makes me gasp every time. She does look almost unreal, so I get why don't like her visuals. Yes. To me, she looks fierce more than baby. Yes, she has a round face, but her eyes are so piercing. She has a felon look to her. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely she's beautiful. I imagine that you as an idol, like it must be really like, how the other day I was smoking that every time the commenters or the MCs, they always are like gasping when they see an idol coming to their shows, and they're like, oh, she's so beautiful, oh, he's so beautiful, oh, but I think that probably that's the reaction that Jenny gets every time she walks into a room of other idols, because I'm sure she must be very beautiful, out of this world beautiful, like, but in a sense that it's a bit intimidating at the same time, not just like, oh, she's so beautiful, I want to put her in a box. Like, no, she's beautiful, like, she's like, move, here she comes, move, make way, like, you know make room, there she comes. Karina's Ulsan Day pic shows how beautiful she is. I guess those color eye contact need to be taken away. Oh yes, the color eye contact as well. Like, come on. We know that's not your real eye contact, the real eye color. She absolutely does, but she has more just slim face. It's even more slim with makeup and contour. Okay, guys, I'm going to go because here I swear that it's really hot and I'm melting here. I swear I'm melting here. Next time that I do a live, I'm going to turn on the AC, the AC on, because I'm like melting here. Um, but yes, thank you so much, guys, for being here. And of course, that this week I'm going to do readings for TXT Subin. I'm going to do readings for Mino, for I probably will have to do one on Wavy as well, now that you talk about them. And I know that someone also requested a Luna reading. So yes, I'm going to do those, because I know that people are worried, they want to see what's going on, so let's pull some cards. So yes, thank you guys for being here. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.